Hi everyone. So I came up with a different idea, and I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I wrote it down on my notes here, and I put boats with fin shark fish motors instead of turbines, which kill fish and get caught on shit and stuff, etc. Shit stuff, etc. So think about a whale. How does it swim? Think about a shark. How does it swim? Think about a little fish. How does it swim? It doesn't have a turbine, or jets. It doesn't have any of that. It has this type of motion. So I was thinking, what if we made it the boats like that, or even submarines, U.S. military stuff, or Coast Guard stuff, or yeah, all the above, right? So now, if the enemy's out there, because my friend and we were watching this movie, and it was about submarines and stuff. But anyway, it will probably be less detectable. The likelihood of someone detecting a fin as opposed to a turbine, because everyone, especially experts, they're able to hear the turbines, but not the fins. And they'll probably think it's just a fish or a big whale or shark or something, some form or some type of. Ooh, now that I think about it, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm recording. Yeah, I'm thinking. What if these things were put or placed on missiles for the ocean, under the ocean? Then it'll be a sneak attack, and people would just think it's a shark, and we could even disguise it as a shark or any other type of fish. The missile silos, just like the bird ideas that I came up with. There's the drone ideas for the dragonflies and the birds for missile silos. Now this would be for underwater type of artillery attacks and stealth and a bunch of other things. But civilized thinking, it would just be for boats to keep animals safe. The turbines won't get stuck or clogged or whatever with seaweed or bags that people litter and throw in the water. A bunch of other things. Like an alligator. Think about a swamp. How does an alligator get through all that stuff? And then what are you guys doing when you guys go through there with your engines? Now there's the fan ones where the fan's above the boat and it churns and churns and churns and churns and churns and churns, and then the force of the air just pushes it forward. That's a good way as well. That's probably the best way, honestly. But I was trying to entertain this thought, not because people will take this approach or adopt it, but think about the Wright brothers and how they were inspired by the birds in the sky and a bunch of other people. And I'm not just giving credit to the Wright brothers because some people don't even care about the Wright brothers, and some people do. So I'm not, going, for or against anyone here, So it's just, it took a lot of people to do these things. So in the same way, I guess a lot of people can brainstorm and think about different ways to um, to create a better boat or whatever. Because it might require less energy. Because what does a shark do? It just goes, right? It just wiggles its tail. And who knows how much thrust that will give as opposed to something spinning, creating bubbles, and using a lot of energy. But maybe it'll be the same thing, but maybe not, because each little blade, each little turbine blade has to go against the water, right? As opposed to that engine being inside the boat and it having an axle that will go out to the fin that would just create this back and forth motion, kind of like a razor cutter machine. It goes like this, right? And it cuts it. Have you guys ever turned on a machine and it just goes back and forth like that, like that? So it's the same thing. It just goes back and forth. So the same kind of idea for the mechanics of it will be implemented, or can be implemented for the fin thing. So it could just go back and forth like a fish, because it's a underground or under the water object that pushes itself using its own force to move that object. So it's just like the bird. We observe the birds, and obviously we know now that a lot of people in the beginning stages, they were trying to create wings and they were trying to flap, but it required way too much energy, so that didn't work. And then, there was a bunch of tests. Like, you guys can see it or watch those videos on YouTube or on any, you know anywhere you could think of searching for stuff like that, Netflix or whatever. Even though I didn't want to say Netflix, but like, if you guys think about if you guys think about something for this idea, even though, like, think about a duck, right? A duck. Okay. I don't know why, but my phone is getting super hot when I'm recording. I think it has a lot to do with this. Whoa, it is super hot. Like it's so hot. It's so hot that it could probably blow up. But I'm gonna leave it on the ground. So. So if you guys think about the submarine thing, the submarine idea, a duck. If we think about a duck and think about what it does when it lands on the water and it goes like that, right? Like an actual boat. So if you think about the duck, it could probably give us more ideas to create a better boat. Because that's old school stuff. The engine thing, we have better technology now. And they're smart people, and we have the internet. So if someone can really think about these ideas, and if they prove to work more effectively, then they could be implemented. If not, then all this can be disregarded. But for all I know, all my stuff is being disregarded, so it doesn't really matter. At least right now. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen when I die, or 50 years from now, 20 years from now. Wait, 20, 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000 years from now. The year 3020, 3020, year 3020, I'll be long dead, and probably this video will probably be all blurred out, low resolution. I mean, unless there's a form or a way to, at that time, to perfect the quality of a video. But as far as I know, that's not there right now. Yeah, that's not there. And probably the only thing that will be available will be my voice, the audio recording. Just like Smith Wigglesworth and Kenneth Copeland, learning from him and teaching his ways of thinking and stuff like that to newer generations, because that was something in the past, and now he's the one doing it. And then who knows who's going to be doing that after him. It just a cycle. It repeats itself. And what's left is usually recordings and stuff like that, So anyway, I was just going through my booklet, and I seen that as one of my notes. So I decided to make this video and get it out of my chest. So that's exactly what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen, and that's exactly what I did.
And that's all I will ever do with this idea. And I guess there is, now that I think about it, because I was at my cousin's house and she has a baby. His name is Ezekiel. And, oh yeah, they were watching some YouTube videos and there's like little fish in water containers, and this YouTuber was like chilling, hanging out with his son, making these YouTube videos, and he was like racing them, his and his sons, and it was like Dory and Finding Nemo, and they were like swimming, and so, but it wasn't a floating object. It was kind of like a floating object though. But anyway, looking at it like that, like, and performing tests will also be a good approach to all this stuff. So there is no right or wrong. So it's just who could build the best boat, the best transportation boat, and what's going to prevent like, because think about it introduces other ideas, like now there won't be any oil leaks that are caused by the engine, and a bunch of other things, like the fish won't get caught in that. There's a lot of stuff to consider. So, because all the compartments in this other idea will be within the boat, and the tail fin will be covered in plastic or something, so it could wave back and forth. Just an idea, guys. Yep. Sweet fucking pussy lips. Suck it easy, ladies.